Good morning, internet friends. Late freight day, so here we go. Let's do some more news. Attorney in Douglas County plans to sue utility company over Archie Creek fire. So this is the fire that burned down near where I live, and we had heard in the beginning that it had something to do with local power company. I had three sources that had mentioned it. That I heard it directly from three people that it was the power company's fault. It was a mistake that somebody had made at the power company and re-energized the line they weren't supposed to. Now, I got the tweets here where I'd put it up back on the 17th of September of three credible sources who have shared information that our local fire was caused by a mistake at a certain company. Their information leads me to believe these fires could have been avoided. From what I understand, this was a switching and transmission issue. I don't know enough about how it works, but supposedly it's as simple as someone flipped the wrong switch. So now we find, we have almost confirmation. This isn't quite saying for sure that this is what happened, but here we go. Roseburg, Oregon, lawyers from Douglas County, along with California and Texas, plan to sue Pacific Power over the Archie Creek fire. The Dole Colwell law firm says witnesses told them a Pacific Power line that was taken down by trees was re-energized, sparking the fire. So this is the story we had been told back on the 17th. Two of the sources were firsthand who had said they had seen it, and one of them was a guy that's possibly full of shit, but his story was the same as the rest, so I said three. They plan to hold a town hall meeting October 22nd at Glide High School. The firm tells us no clients are being represented yet, and the lawsuit has not been officially filed. The full statement is below. We've reached out, whatever. So they haven't filed. They're having the meeting to get everybody together to try and get people in on this lawsuit against the power company. They haven't actually done it. It's not actually filed yet. It's not actually a lawsuit against the company yet, and they're going to try to rally support for it. But so here's their full statement from the law firm. This fire, beginning on September 8th, 2020, has burned 131,542 acres of Douglas County near Roseburg, Oregon, destroying over 100 residences and tens of thousands of acres of public and private forest lands. PacifiCorp, a Berkshire Hathaway-owned entity owning the Pacific Power utility, likely bears ultimate financial responsibility for this fire. I agree with you, but then we're just going to pay for it. So, I mean, yeah, anyway. There's a link in the middle of his statement right there. Could face substantial liability. Okay. We have interviewed multiple eyewitnesses on video who recount seeing a tree have fallen into a Pacific Power electrical line, but with no fire starting from it. So the people I had talked to had said that the power was shut off because of the windstorm. Our belief is that the power shut off at about 3:30 a.m. in the Susan Creek area because of trees and limbs blowing onto the lines and shorting out the lines. Not uncommon in this forested area. Our belief is that Pacific Power negligently re-energized the electrical lines without removing trees and limbs, which caused the fire in the Susan Creek drainage. And that's where at the 17th, back at the 17th where we had been with it. And so this kind of gets rid of the Antifa angle. I know that a lot of people thought that, the fires are somebody's deliberately setting fires. No, this one out here was specifically caused by the power company, or they're going to try to prove that it was. The Roseburg law firm of Dole Colwell has represented legal needs of Douglas County for nearly 110 years. In all those years, the firm has never witnessed more devastation to Douglas County citizens, timber industry, and the North Umpqua River region than the damages caused by the Archie Creek fire. Based on investigation undertaken by the firms, there is no reason to believe this fire was caused by the negligent acts of Pacific Power. Oh, there is reason to believe. Did I say no? There is reason to believe this fire was caused by the negligent acts of Pacific Power, and the firms intend to hold that company accountable. Due to the complexity of this case, the massive scope of the claims, and extensive legal resources of Pacific Power, Dole Colwell reached out to the most experienced and reputable law firms in the United States to handle wildfire cases. Attorney Mikhail Watts of Watts Guerrera in San Antonio, Texas, and Robert Julian of Baker Hostetler in San Francisco, California, agreed with Dole Colwell's analysis and intended to file suit against Pacific Power on behalf of those residents and businesses that suffered losses not covered by insurance. Together, these firms have successfully represented the interests of more than 70,000 victims who suffered losses from the fires caused by California's Pacific Gas and Electric. So the fires down there keep burning everything down in California. This is not a class action lawsuit. This is a mass action. That means each plaintiff's case is separate, and each plaintiff will ultimately decide the outcome of their case. The Roseburg law firm of Dole Colwell is hosting a town hall meeting at the high school, 6 p.m. to answer questions local residents have about their rights, holding Pacific Power accountable for the disastrous results of the Archie Creek fire. Attorneys Mikhail Watts and Robert Julian will spearhead the meeting, wear a mask, and so yeah, there you go. But so it looks like it's coming out now that yes, it probably was the power company was responsible for the Archie Creek fire. I mean, I guess we'll see, but stay safe and whatever. Have a good day.